Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 29 back here with another video. I know it's been a long time since a proper upload, but I've been busy with IRL stuff. But that's not important. I'm back here today, and today I'm going to be making another unpopular opinion video, which is very popular on my channel. But this time, I will be making it Euro themed. So this is a Euro version of the unpopular opinion series. So basically, I tweeted out a couple of days ago that you guys can drop some unpopular opinions that are related to the Euros, and there's been some good ones, and we're going to go through some. Once again, if you guys are new around here, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm very close to 3,000 subscribers and would like to hit it before the end of the year. So without further ado, let's get started. The first question, or first opinion rather, Don Leroy, my guy, and he says Marco Verratti is criminally underrated, and he is in the top 5 midfielders in the world, and he doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he plays in Ligue 1. I agree. He is definitely underrated, and it's true that he doesn't get enough recognition because he plays in Ligue 1. But then you've got some other players like Mbappe and Neymar who get all the credit for what they're doing at PSG. You're right. I don't really think it's an unpopular opinion. However, I think people that genuinely know football know how good Marco Verratti is. But yeah, thank you for your opinion. The second one comes from one of my good friends at Coke_V2. He says Carrasco is better than Sané, Savage is better than Ruben Diaz, Llorente is better than Ping Pong and Ghost Verde. He's alluding to Frankie de Jong and Valverde, and he says Jan Oblak is a top 5 goalie of all time. Now, there are some that I agree, and there are some that I definitely disagree. I would say Carrasco is better than Sané currently. Sané, listen, I'm a Bayern Munich fan, and I have to say he's atrocious. He has not been good for some time. And Carrasco is very underrated. I still don't understand why he left La Liga to go to China, and then he came back and he's doing good. I even tweeted about this a couple of days ago. He's really good. Is Savage better than Ruben Diaz? I wouldn't say so. I know Diaz has dropped an absolute stinker in the Euros so far, but I wouldn't go as far as saying Savage is better. Savage is very underrated. And Llorente is better than Frankie de Jong and Valverde. I know there's a whole fan base with those three players, and they constantly go to battle against each other. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's better than who. I can't really answer that question. I don't watch enough La Liga to know who's better between the three. I just know all three of them are very good, and they are very important to their respective teams. There are some times where Llorente is going to be very good and De Jong is going to be terrible, and vice versa. And this one I have to disagree. Oblak is not a top 5 goalkeeper of all time. I wouldn't say so. He doesn't have the trophies for it. Yes, he's won La Liga, but I'm talking about Champions League and all that. Doesn't have it yet. Could have it in the future. We're just gonna have to see. This one comes from _BCFCJJ, who says Portugal are overrated, and I agree. I 100% agree. Portugal have always been overrated. I'll give you a clear example. 2018 World Cup. They really haven't been that great. The only good game they've had was against Spain. That was the only good game they've had. They dropped stinkers against Morocco. They dropped stinkers against Iran. They dropped a stinker against Uruguay. The only good game they've had was against Spain, and Ronaldo is the answer to it. He's the one overshadowing all of it. Let's be honest, Portugal without Ronaldo are an average team. I'm going to be honest. Bruno doesn't do anything for your national team. Bernardo Silva is actually alright. The defense, Pepe is alright. Ruben Dias, not really. Patricio is very good. But just in general, Portugal are very overrated. And I have to agree. Sorry, Portuguese fans. Good players, but a very overrated team. Honest_Pepsi says Renato Sanchez is way better than Paul Pogba. Maybe at club level this season, I would agree. But in general, I don't think so. Renato Sanchez didn't do too well with us at Bayern, unfortunately. There are rumors of him coming back, I heard. Don't know if it's true or not. I hope he does come, because he is really good with Lille. This season, I would say he's been better. And coming back to that first original opinion, Ligue 1 players aren't rated enough, apart from a couple. So, you know what, I agree. This That's what comes from @YourSRG. I really hope I said your name right. And he says Hungary would have made it out of the group stage if they were in another group. And yeah, agreed. They've been really good. It's really unfortunate that they went out. They really gave their best, and that was without their best player, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce because I cannot pronounce his name, but you guys definitely know who I'm talking about. Next one comes from @PluggyReborn. He says Sweden are going to go far in the Euros. One of my good friends, he predicts Sweden are going to win the whole thing. He reckons that they're going to go ahead and shock the whole world. And they can. They definitely can. They have the potential. They have the players. But they're just going to have to, execute those while in game. So we're going to have to see about that. Next one comes from @FootballStad. And he wanted to be in this series for quite some time. He says Jorginho has been Italy's most important player and has gone under the radar. I will agree. I will agree. It's been him and Ciro Immobile as well has been very important. Italy has been fantastic, really. So I will agree. I do agree. Next comes from @Jama United. He says England have and can win this Euros. And they are the dark horses. Well, okay, I wouldn't say they're dark horses at all. They definitely have the potential. Yeah, they can win it. Of course they can. But the way I see England is, listen, they haven't been their best, okay? If you put them in the group with Portugal, Germany, and France, they wouldn't make it. They wouldn't even make it out of the group stage. And they struggle against their group, and their group wasn't even particularly that hard. Scotland played very well that game. Czech Republic, it was only a 1-0 victory. And just in general, they haven't been their best. So I don't know. I wouldn't say they will win it. They can, of course, but I just don't see it happen. @Wavers says, despite Italy's great form in the group stages, they won't make it to the semifinals. I mean, this is not really, I guess, an opinion. I mean, this is one of those instances where it could happen as much as it won't happen. It could be either this or that. Football is a game where anything can happen. So, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say it's necessarily going to happen. But if it does not happen, I think a lot of people are going to criticize Italy because they've been fantastic so far. As CFC Charlie 4 says, Mount has been England's best player, and Jorginho has been the best player so far in this tournament. I have to disagree with both. England, they don't even have a best player. I mean, they've all been very average. Sterling, the one scoring all the goals. England has just been very average. And Jorginho has been the best player so far in the tournament. I highly disagree. For me, it's between Lewandowski, Ronaldo, all those guys. But I wouldn't put Jorginho out there. Last but not least, this question comes from my good friend @LFCON, and he says Pogba for France is better than Fernandes for United. I agree. Pogba for France is always solid ever since the World Cup. And it really does beg the question, will Paul Pogba, if he does get out of Manchester United, will he be back at what everyone's expectation for him was once before? Fernandes for United is brilliant, of course. Not so much for Portugal. But other than that, I agree. There's nothing really to disagree. But that's going to be pretty much it for this Unpopular Opinion Euro Edition video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. As I said, I'm very close to 3,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one.